start like after the repeat. It's too late. I don't know, people. It's 7 now. He hasn't stopped us. Why don't we just play?
I did tell a couple of the students, don't you dare yell at me on the stage.
Like after
The only time I've ever had it happen was I called Patrick Patricia. And he stops and turns around and I'm sorry. Like everybody laughs. So
I don't know what you're talking about, but you're going to have to wait a minute. Ready to go?
Yep. Family and friends, welcome to the 294th commencement exercises of Bowling Green State University. Let the ceremony begin.
Good evening and welcome to Bowling Green State University's 294th commencement. We're here in Bowling Green, Ohio, and we're really excited to welcome you into our broadcast tonight. My name is Jordan Cravens. I work in the Alumni and Development Office here on campus, and I'm also a proud two-time alumna of BGSU, and I'll let my colleague introduce herself.
Wonderful. Welcome and good evening. I'm Katrina Heilmeyer. I also graduated from Bowling Green in 2009, and I work in the Honors College. We're so excited to be able to congratulate the 2,493 graduates of Bowling Green State University. 486 of those graduates will be from the Graduate College, with 104 international students from 24 countries, and 907 of them are receiving honors. Today, do you want to talk about who is actually receiving diplomas?
Absolutely. So tonight we have the graduates from the Graduate College, which includes our doctoral candidates, as well as students from the College of Business and the College of Health and Human Services. We have 2 more commencements tomorrow, but Katrina, if you want to tell us a little bit about our commencement speaker tonight.
I would love to. So addressing the candidates will be John Starcher Jr., who's the president and CEO of Bgsu Mercy Health. As the leader of one of the healthcare systems in the country, the largest healthcare systems in the country, he oversees the development of system strategies and operations for 43 Mercy Health and Bgsu hospitals and more than 1,000 sites of care across Ohio, Kentucky, New York, Maryland, Virginia, South Carolina, and Florida. He received his bachelor's degree in business administration from BGSU in 1993 and a JD from the University of Toledo.
As a little aside for folks viewing tonight, you're hearing the sound of bagpipes in the background. That was a new tradition implemented by Dr. Rodney Rogers, our current president. So something different if you've tuned in to our ceremonies before. Mm-hmm. So like we said, this is the Friday night commencement, and some fun facts for you about that. We have our graduates today range in age from 17 to 65. So as the old saying goes, it shows you're never too young or too old to keep learning.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking about what I was doing at 17. It wasn't graduating from BGSU quite yet. And we see a number of the different colleges that are holding their banners right now, as well as we just saw the mace, which is being brought up. So the mace bear symbols and figures represent the 6 different branches of learning, which is drama, art, literature, music, science, and commerce. It's always neat, and it's such an honored tradition to be able to be the mace bearer.
Absolutely. And as we think of things that are important, Katrina and I, we're feeling a little old, you might say, tonight, being that this is our 10-year anniversary from graduating from BGSU ourselves. And apologies to those out there who graduated a few years before us, but we feel old for tonight.
Yeah. Well, 10 years is a big marker, right? You know, it's not every day that it's 10 years, so.
So a little bit about just how much BGSU has grown throughout the years.
Our
So obviously
tradition
we
is to
began
begin
in
and end each ceremony
1910
with
as a
sounds
normal
of the
college,
centennial.
but at that time
An
there was
original
35
musical
degrees
composition
conferred, and
written
now
by
we're
BGSU
going to be awarding
alumnus
2,493 degrees.
This piece was
So
commissioned to celebrate
quite the
the
growth
centennial
over
of Bowling
the
Green
years
State
that BG's
University.
been here.
Yeah.
Please rise and join us in honoring the May 2019 graduates.
And here's the moment we've all been waiting for. As you look out onto the crowd tonight, not many empty chairs. This is one of our larger graduation ceremonies, and there are no empty seats, and there is standing room only, which is pretty exciting. And we're here inside the Stroh Center, which, for those of you would remember Anderson Arena, where our basketball teams and volleyball team competed, as well as Air Force and Army ROTC are still there. But this is our new arena for volleyball, basketball, and many of our concerts and other events. So.
Also, as you'll see entering, we not only have undergraduates, but we also have our doctoral and master's degree candidates. So you'll see the different hoods and then the different tassels representing different schools and colleges. You'll also see students representing a number of their different organizations or university honors based off of what they've kind of done in college. I feel like now college graduation, everything that they have on them, it kind of is a representation of who they were. So you'll actually just see students who are Freddie this year. They are actually wearing the Freddie Falcon shoes. So that's a tradition, and I feel like it's a great way to show what their time at BGSU meant.
The mortar boards seem to be an ever-growing competition on who can have the most creativity on their mortar boards. But as we look at some of the graduates filing in, Katrina, I know you work with the Honors College, and I know some of those students that are earning distinction through the Honors College, that they're wearing something special. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I would be happy to. So out of the over 2,400 graduates, there are 82 that are receiving university honors, and that's the highest distinction that the university offers. So those are students with white and orange medals around their neck, and in order to do that, they had to complete 23 hours of honors coursework. They had to graduate with a 3.5 GPA and a 3.4 in their honors classes. They also had to complete an honors project, which could have been research-based, creative, or really something that they found was a passion project. But it kind of serves almost what you would expect for a graduate degree. So they worked very hard to earn that medal, and we love seeing them proudly represent it.
Well, some other things to look out for as you're looking at all the regalia there on our students. The gold cords are for those that are graduating with what we might call Latin honors, so different distinctions there. Katrina talked about the medallions, and then one new one, Pi Alpha Alpha, is a new honor society and is administered by the National Association of Schools of Public Affairs and Administration. It's a professional education association dedicated to the advancement of educating, training, and research in public policy and administration. And maybe we could just talk a little bit about the different colors of the tassels so folks know who is who out there.
Yeah, I'd love to. So for students who are receiving a Bachelor of Arts, they have a white tassel. A BA in Communication is a silver gray tassel. Bachelor of Fine Arts is brown. Bachelor of Science is gold. Bachelor of Science in Journalism is crimson. If they're receiving their Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, that's drab. BS in Economics is copper. BS in Education is light blue. Bachelor of Science in Nursing is apricot. Bachelor of Musical Arts is pink. And our College of Technology, Architecture, and Applied Engineering is drab and gold.
Drab. What a color to describe drab.
It's so true, right?
There's lots of cell phones out right now, a lot of excitement as parents and loved ones wave to their graduates. Really the culmination of a lot of hard work for these graduates over four years coming here to BGSU to pursue their dreams.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting. I work near Old Campus, and so this week, so many students got their materials early and have been taking photo shoots in Old Campus and by University Hall, and it's just so wonderful that they have all of these recently renovated facilities to be able to kind of show their university pride and a place that they're proud to call home and proud to call their university.
Campus is beautiful this time of year. Bowling Green is known for being very windy in the winter, but this time of year is really picturesque here. And Katrina was talking a bit about what we refer to as old campus, or kind of the traditional part of campus, but has really undergone a huge facelift over the last, I'd say, 3 years, with University Hall, Mosley Hall, South Hall, and then in fall of 2020 we will open the doors for our new College of Business, which is being built inside Hannah Hall, which you would all remember.
Yeah, that Maurer Center looks absolutely amazing. The front of it is staying very traditional, and the back is being blown out for brand new student activities and learning centers. So it's just wonderful to be able to see the progress that's being made on campus.
Well, what's nice about it is that they're able to keep the exterior looking still kind of that classic campus feel, but on the inside going to be a 21st century state-of-the-art learning center for our students. As I understand, it'll be modeled more like a Fortune 500 company where they have learning spaces and huddle groups. So pretty exciting, especially as we think of our College of Business students who are getting out there and getting these great careers.
And so many of them will get to see today earning their degree.
Well, it's interesting, not only are the seats full in the arena, but there are lines and lines of chairs on the floor. Like I said, a very large graduation here for BGSU.
Yeah, and it's wonderful each year to see that growing, seeing more of our students not only entering in the college and starting at BGSU, but really making it their home and doing the whole belong, stand out, and now they're going to go far too. Our entering students this year, we're entering with a great number of students who are starting in the fall. The average GPA is about a 3.48. So we're bringing in not only more students, but we're also bringing in students that really have worked hard in high school to get to this next spot.
One of the best things about BGSU, not only can you come here and get a great education, but it's known for just being such a friendly campus. I'm fortunate to work with some of our alumni who graduated, even 50 years ago, and the one thing they always remark to me is that this has always been a friendly campus, the type where you walk across the quad, someone's going to smile or wave at you, and I think that that's something that's remained timeless through the years. If you were to walk across campus today, you would get the same results.
And it's something I think that's really a hallmark. By the numbers, we might be similar to other colleges, but when you get on campus, the feel of it is just unique and something that you don't really see everywhere that you go. Also, talking about traveling to campus, we know that a lot of our students and families have traveled from a really long distance to come here today because students at BGSU are enrolled from all 50 states and across the globe. Nearly 15% of our students are from outside Ohio, and hundreds of them are from other nations. One of my students that I work with in the Honors College, his whole family is here from Brazil today. So,
wow, that's a special occasion.
He hasn't been able to see his family in a while, and he'll be heading off to medical school after that in New York City. So it's exciting that he started his journey in the United States at BGSU, and he's really kind of made it a home.
That's fantastic. And BGU, we talk about how great it is, but we're being recognized by peers as well. BGSU was recently named a #1 public university for student engagement by the Wall Street Journal Times Higher Education College Rankings. I think that really speaks to what you said in the beginning of the broadcast, is how many different student organizations are represented down here, but also our students getting engaged in service learning, community service. I've heard many of our students talk about how impactful it's been for them to be able to volunteer in the community or to, on their spring break trip, take part in a service learning trip and really make the most of their time here at BG.
So many times that experience is really fundamental and really helps to shape a student's life. Actually, 9,000 BGSU students serve the community by volunteering this past year, and one of our largest student-run events on campus benefits charity. It's the BGSU Dance Marathon, and it's raised over $5 million for Children's Miracle Network on campus. This year they hit the $5 million mark. And so knowing not only the change that Bowling Green is making in these students' life, but the change that these students are making in the community surrounding them, it really is amazing.
Well, it looks like our graduates are almost done filing in, which is pretty exciting that this commencement ceremony is ready to begin. So you'll hear more from us a little later, but we'll let the speakers do what they do best.
Ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with the significance of this occasion, we ask that you observe a few simple courtesies. First, please do not obstruct the aisles to take photographs or congratulate the graduates. A professional photographer will be taking photos of the graduates. Second, please follow the directions of the commencement marshals and ushers. And third, please do not leave until the alma mater has been sung at the conclusion of the ceremony. At the conclusion of the ceremony, the audience is asked to remain seated for the recessional while the platform participants, faculty, staff, and new graduates recess. Once the graduates have recessed, you may join them for the reception at locations throughout the Stroh Center. Finally, in honor of our candidates, please silence your cell phones. Thank you. Now, please join us in welcoming the faculty of Bowling Green State University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President's Party, members of the Board of Trustees, Provost and Senior Vice President, Deans of the colleges, members of the President's Cabinet, our commencement speaker, and the 12th President of Bowling Green State University, Dr. Rodney Rogers. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as the Bowling Green State University Pershing Rifles present the colors. Please remain standing for the national anthem under the leadership of Caroline Kuma, a Master of Musical Arts candidate. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so hardly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Arthur Ye. I have the honor of serving as the University Marshal for tonight's ceremony. I wish to thank Ms. Kama and the Bowling Green Pershing Rifles. Please be seated. Graduates, parents, families, spouses, partners, and friends, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty to welcome you to Bowling Green State University 294th Commencement Ceremony. This occasion offers an opportunity to come together as a community of learners to both celebrate and reflect upon our graduates' wonderful academic achievements. To each graduate and to all of us, this is a significant day. It is now my pleasure to present the President of Bowling Green State University, Dr. Rodney Rogers.
Thank you, Dr. Ye. So good evening, students, families, and friends of Bowling Green State University. This weekend, at our 4 commencement exercises, we celebrate a very momentous occasion in the lives of 2,493 graduates. It is my privilege to begin this evening's address by recognizing those who provide the leadership of Bowling Green State University. First, let me introduce the platform party. As I announce the names, please stand and remain standing, and I ask you to hold your applause until the end. Members of the Board of Trustees, Linda Forte, grandmother of graduate Angela Perry Hudson, and David O'Brien. John Starcher, tonight's commencement speaker. Joe Whitehead, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Thomas Gibson, Vice President for Student Affairs and Vice Provost. Margaret Zoller Booth, Dean of the Graduate College. Raymond Craig, Dean of the College of Arts and Science. Ray Braun, Dean of the College of Business. Dawn Chanou, Dean of the College of Education and Human Development. James Ciesla, Dean of the College of Health and Human Services. William Mathis, Dean of the College of Musical Arts. Jenny Gallimore, Dean of the College of Technology, Architecture, and Applied Engineering. Simon Morgan Russell, Dean of the Honors College. Sarah Bouchon, Dean of the University Libraries. And Robert Topp, Associate Dean of the College of Nursing at the University of Toledo. Let's give these individuals a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. So great universities are comprised of great faculty and mentors. They are at the heart of our academic mission. Their teaching skills, research, expertise, and involvement in our students' education are the hallmarks of a BG experience. We are proud of their contributions to create and support our learning community and appreciate that they actively engage students in valuable learning experiences, mentor them as professionals, and advise them in academic and career pursuits. I now ask that our faculty members to please stand. Graduates, please join me in thanking our faculty. Thank you. So as we begin tonight's ceremony, I thought I would share a few statistics and facts about our May 2019 graduating class. So I'm pleased to report that our graduates and their classmates spent a great deal of time studying and doing research at the library. During the last 4 years, I've been told nearly 1.6 million books or ebooks have been checked out, and our librarians answered, listen to this, 55,321 questions. 55,321 questions. Throughout your 4 years here, our faculty taught 67,948 courses, and according to our Chief Information Officer, you consumed 325,987 thousands of terabytes of data on the Wi-Fi. I wonder how much of that was Netflix and whatever. Now, studying or watching takes a lot of fuel, and BGSU Dining tells me that our graduates ate a lot. Over the last 4 years, the Oaks Dining Center alone served more than 1.9 million meals, and our students consumed nearly 206,000 pizzas, and since it opened, Steak and Shake sold more than 185,000 hamburgers. I might add that over 2.3 million hours were spent in the rec center. Maybe that's why. So, but you have also created public good by recognizing the importance of paying it forward. Those involved in student life and in our signature co-curricular activities averaged 83,701 community service hours each year. And in this past year alone, our students raised over $500,000 in support of nonprofit organizations, such as Dance Marathon, which supports Mercy's Children's Hospital in Toledo. The value of the Bowling Green degree you're about to receive has never been higher. We continue to be ranked as a Tier 1 university by U.S. News and World Report, and Business Insider ranks Bowling Green #1 among all universities in Ohio for quality and value. At Bowling Green, you've heard us say this, we believe our students have the opportunity to belong, to stand out, and to go far. And that is more than just words, it is our promise. And this graduating class certainly embodies that promise. In total, as I said, there are 2,493 candidates for degrees this weekend. 15% of our graduates are students of color. 64% are women. There are 104 international students representing 24 countries. We have a 17-year-old receiving an undergraduate degree. We have a 59-year-old receiving a bachelor's degree and a 65-year-old receiving a master's degree. So as you can see, our graduates include both the young and the young at heart. You are ethnically diverse. You come from small towns, suburbs, and big cities. You are from different parts of Ohio, the United States, and from all over the world. For those of you who have completed your degree online, I know that this may be your first time on campus, and you're meeting your colleagues and classmates in person for the first time. However, all of you have one thing in common. You all found the university where you can belong. You found your place at Bowling Green, in the classroom or in the laboratories, in residence halls, in clubs, in student organizations, in Greek life, or on the athletic fields. You made Bowling Green your community and your home. And graduate students, you have found your place in Bowling Green community as well. You've worked with faculty and mentors. You've conducted research. You've taught and guided our undergraduate students. You have greatly contributed to the success of our learning community. Now, our students have studied at Bowling Green during a very exciting time. We have witnessed 2 national club championships in women's bowling and men's rugby. Our women's soccer program won the MAC title in a thrilling set of penalty kicks and competed in the NCAA tournament this past fall. Women's volleyball won back-to-back MAC season championships, and our Falcon forensic speech and debate team won the national championship. Pretty impressive accomplishments. Also, though, we continue the largest building and renovation era in Bowling Green history. You had the opportunity to experience the most advanced collegiate media center in the Colleen Center, the new Greek Village, University Hall, and our innovative integrated science teaching labs in Mosley Hall. And you will be proud to know that we are not stopping here. Future Falcons will experience the Maurer Center, the new home of the College of Business, and a completely renovated technology building to support our programs in robotics and advanced manufacturing. All of this is to ensure that we have a strong learning community, a place where you can belong. That you're sitting here tonight illustrates that you've thrived at Bowling Green. You have found purpose, found your passion, and stood out. You have embraced the unique BG learning experience, developing leadership skills throughout this journey. As a Falcon, you've learned to think beyond the discoveries made by others and have empowered your imagination to shape your future, to pursue new levels of excellence. In short, you have the knowledge and tools to change the world. In recognition of your accomplishments, I will now ask a number of students to please stand and be recognized. So many of you have grown through experiential learning and co-curricular involvement. These types of experiences have prepared you to stand out. If you've studied abroad, participated in a learning community during your time here, completed an internship or a co-op, got involved in service learning, or conducted undergraduate research, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. So if you've taken part in an opportunity that provided you with leadership education, including student organizations, academic honoraries, advisory boards, athletics, residence education, student government, teaching, or research assistantships, would you please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. Finally, I would like to recognize the heroic service of our United States veterans and active members of the armed forces who are graduating today. Would you please stand and be recognized? Earning your degree today places you in a very select group of people. Less than 7% of the world's population has a bachelor's degree or higher. You have earned it, but with your degree comes an immense responsibility. You see, not only have you invested in your education, not only has your family and friends invested in your education, not only have donors to BGSU invested in your education, but by attending a public university, the citizens and taxpayers of the state of Ohio and the nation have invested in you. And so in closing, I challenge you to make a difference. Make a difference in your career, in your family, in your alma mater, in your community, in your nation, and in the world. Tackle messy challenges. Communicate, work with, and learn from diverse peers. Empower others to unleash their creativity and take calculated risks. Have fun, and never, 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 ever stop learning. If you do these things, you will absolutely do well, but you will also do good. Congratulations, graduates. I now invite our Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Joe Whitehead, to the podium. Dr. Whitehead.
Thank you, President Rogers. Healthcare pioneer, advocate, humanitarian. Today's commencement speaker, John Starcher, earned a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Bowling Green State University in 1993, and a doctorate of jurisprudence from the University of Toledo. He currently serves as president and CEO of Bon Secours Mercy Health. He leads one of the largest healthcare systems in the nation of more than 1,000 sites in 7 states, employing 57,000 people. Before leading Bon Secours Mercy Health, John served as president and CEO of Mercy Health, the largest healthcare provider in Ohio. He is also the former president and CEO of Health Management Associates. John Starcher has experienced a very accomplished career in the healthcare industry, and through his work, he has driven the vitality of our region. Healthcare pioneer, advocate, humanitarian, most importantly, a Falcon. I'm honored to present today's commencement speaker, John Starcher. Please join me in welcoming him back to his alma mater.
Dr. Rogers, Dr. Whitehead, faculty, graduates, undergraduates, family, friends, distinguished guests, non-distinguished guests, you know who you are. Pappy, BJ, that includes you. Join me in congratulating the class of 2019. So I have to tell you, being back on campus brings back a flood of memories, not the least of which is the best memory that I've met my beautiful bride here, now of 23 years. She's my rock, and I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for her, so I hope there are some Falcon Flames out there in the audience tonight. I've also had the privilege of having friendships that have lasted a lifetime, including a few of the reprobates that are here tonight, but they're delightful, very delightful. I have to tell you, when Dr. Rogers asked me to give the commencement address many months ago, it was overwhelming. I thought, what's this middle-aged guy going to tell a bunch of Gen Zs? And then I started thinking about it as I was worrying, and I hearkened back onto my graduation ceremony, and I couldn't recall who the commencement speaker was. And I couldn't remember a word he or she said, sadly. And I thought, well, that was probably because I stayed out too late the night before and I had a splitting headache, and back then it was on late Saturday morning, and that was my fault. And then I started worrying again, and then I thought about tonight. Here we are, 7:30 or so. We're 4 hours deep into happy hour. I could stand up here and just make sounds all night long. You would have no idea. But then I promised Dr. Rogers I'd be a little bit more responsible than that. A little, not a lot. So what I want to do is just tell you 3 quick stories. And hopefully there'll be some learnings that you can take away from those stories. The first one, I often get asked the question, what's the greatest advice you've ever received in your career? And I have to tell you, it happened just a few months after I left Bowling Green State University and began my first job at the Medical College of Ohio. I was assigned a rather weighty project, and frankly, I failed it miserably. And one of my early mentors sat down with me after that failure, and he said, sit down, I got to tell you a story. He said, there's an old man and a young boy and a donkey. And they live about 3 miles from the village, and every morning they got to take the donkey into the village to barter their goods. I'm listening intently. And he said, one morning the old man loads up the young boy on the donkey and their goods, and they head off into town. And on the way into town, they got to pass several separate villages before they get to the market. As they pass the first village, they hear some of the villagers speaking about them. And the villagers were saying, can you believe that that young boy is riding that donkey and making the old man walk all the way into the village? And the old man and the boy, when they passed, thought about it and said, you know, they're probably right. So the young boy climbed off, and the old man climbed on the donkey, and they continued on. They passed the next village. They heard villagers speaking. And the villagers said, can you believe that old man's riding the donkey into town and making that poor young boy work? I'm sure the donkey's sturdy enough that they could both ride it together. And the two talked and thought about it and said, yeah, probably right. So they lifted the young boy up on the donkey with the old man and continued their journey. Get by another village, and they hear the villagers talking. And those villagers say, can you believe that old man and young boy are riding that poor old donkey all the way into town? That donkey's going to break down. It'll never make it. That's animal abuse. And the old man and the young boy looked at each other and said, well, it could be right. We've just got to cross this footbridge. We'll be into the market soon. So they hefted the donkey up on their shoulder, began their way into the village. As they were crossing the footbridge, they lost their footing. The donkey fell off their shoulder, landed in the river, and drowned. And my mentor said, see? And I said, see what? I thought the old man had gone crazy. I'm just 22 years old, fresh out of college. He said, don't you get it? He said, if you try to please everyone, you'll lose your ass every time. So, graduates, the cautionary tale to you is don't try to please everyone every time. You'll never be successful. It won't happen. It's very easy to take the road frequently traveled. Trust me, when you get out of school, you're going to run into folks that have been in your field, your career field, for 5 years, 15 years, 40 years, and they're going to tell you this is the way that it's always been done. And you're going to want to be popular. And you're going to want to get along. But you can't always be. You can't please everyone. You've got to know your facts, know your mind, Have the courage of your convictions to stand by a position, even if it might be unpopular. Too many folks in today's society are worried about being popular. Too many folks, including too many of our politicians today, put their thumb in the air, they see which way the wind is blowing, and they try to go along the popular path. The popular path is not always the right path. Know your facts, know your mind, know your heart, stand by the courage of your convictions, and do what you believe is right, and you'll be fine. Second story. When I started with Mercy Health, which is an organization that's sponsored now today by 3 communities of women religious, the Sisters of Mercy, Sisters of Bon Secours, and the Sisters of Humility of Mary, one of the sisters sat down and told me a story. Said there's an Indian village way back in the day. It's a farmer and his young daughter. And unfortunately, they fell in arrears to the landlord. Just a second. Pappy, that means they were late on their monthly payments. He didn't go to a lot of classes while he was here. So the landlord and the sheriff come into town one day, and they meet the farmer and his daughter on a stone path. And he says, it's time to pay up. But the landlord is kind of old, not very good looking inside or out. But he fancied the farmer's beautiful young daughter, and he said, I've got a deal for you. Allow me to marry your daughter, and I'll forgive your debt. And of course, the farmer and his daughter were aboard at the suggestion. So they recoiled and said no. And he said, well, then let's let Providence decide what happens. He said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend down and I'm going to pick 2 pebbles off this path, a black one and a white one, and I'm going to put it in the money bag. And the daughter's going to have to draw. And if she draws a black pebble out of the bag, she's going to have to marry me, but the debt will be forgiven. If she draws a white pebble out of the bag, she's not going to have to marry me, and the debt will be forgiven. If she refuses to draw, then you're going to be thrown in jail. And as they're discussing and debating it, the moneylender leans down, and the daughter's watching out the corner of her eye, and she notices he picks up 2 black pebbles and puts it into the bag. And he says, okay, time to draw. Now, put yourself in her shoes. What would you do? What would you advise her to do? Logically, there only seems like there are 3 choices, right? She draws the pebble out of the bag, knowing it's black, sacrificing herself to get married, but at least relieving her father's debt. Or she refuses to draw, and her father goes to jail. Or, the unthinkable, she calls out the landlord as a thief and a cheat and a liar in front of his friend, the sheriff, which she doesn't believe will go well. So what did she do? She reaches into the bag, she pulls out the pebble without looking at it, and clumsily lets it fall out of her hand onto the path amidst all the other thousands of black and white pebbles. And she says, oh, silly me. I'm so sorry, but never fear. Look in the bag, and you'll be able to see whatever color that is. Obviously, I drew the other color stone. The moneylender threw down the bag in disgust and stormed out of there. So think about that lesson for a second. One is, every problem, no matter how complex, has a solution. Not every problem can be solved by logical or linear thinking. And I think one of the greatest gifts that you all can bring as being new graduates to the workforce that we have today is an innovative approach to problems that have long plagued our nation and many industries that, quite frankly, we haven't thought of today, nor are we willing to think of because we're stuck in the way things have been done. So always be innovative. Another lesson you could take from this is, what if the young woman was paralyzed by fear? I can't tell you how many times in my career that grown adults that have been in their career field a long time are afraid to make decisions because they're afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Some of the best learnings in your life will come from the mistakes that you make. So make them, learn from them, rapidly adjust and grow. Now, having said that, Eleanor Roosevelt would also say it's fine to learn from the mistakes of others as well, because you're not going to live long enough to make them all yourself. So that's good advice as well. But don't be paralyzed by fear. Take risks, as Dr. Rogers said in his opening remarks. Take risks, intelligent risks. Be bold. That's what we need from the greatest generation, right? You are the future of America as you leave this university. Last story. Young woman, middle 20s, raising 2 kids in the inner city of a Rust Belt town in Ohio. Single mom, making a little bit more than minimum wage, never made more than $10,000. Put a roof over her kids' heads. Didn't have pets, couldn't afford pets, but they did have rats in the apartment and bats in the attic. They had beds, not rooms, 1 mattress in the hallway that her son slept on, but a house that they lived in. That mother went to work every day, day in and out, day in and day out. Too proud to accept welfare, too proud to accept handouts, but she wanted to earn a living every day. She taught her kids at a very young age the importance of hard work, dedication, commitment, doing the right thing. In fact, most everything we learn in life, we learn by the age of 5. There's a book about it. Everything I needed to know, I learned in kindergarten, right? How to say please and thank you, how to follow the golden rule, treat everyone with dignity. She made those lessons known very early on, but she also appreciated the value of a great education. And so she took her kids every morning on the way to work and dropped them off at a bus stop in a neighboring suburban community because she thought the school system there would be better than the inner city in which they lived. And that worked for several months. In fact, until some neighbors caught on to the fact that they didn't live in that community. And so they called the school district and got them kicked out. So she scraped every penny she could together and bought a 1,000-foot flat in this suburban community that they couldn't afford, but stretched themselves so that she could give her kids a great education. She's still able to put a roof over their head and clothes on her back. Every article of clothing they got on layaway at Sears or JCPenney, and every toy they got the same thing. You Gen Zers will have to ask the 59-year-old or 65-year-old in your class what layaway is. They'll be able to explain it to you. But she didn't have credit. She couldn't charge anything or run up. And by the way, she abhorred debt, so that's one of the reasons that she did it. She taught her kid those values from a very young age. Fast forward, her daughter, that was 3 years older than the son, was the first in their family to go to college and became an electrical engineer. Her son, 3 years behind, was the second in their immediate family to go to college. Got a bachelor's of science degree in business administration from Bowling Green State University. Went on to get a law degree at the University of Toledo, and now runs one of the largest health systems in the world, 50 hospitals across 7 states and 2 countries. That's my story, obviously. And I'm sure it's many of your stories in this room. And the importance of that story is that hard work does pay off. The outcomes that you have in life will match the effort that you put in to the things that you do. If you live by those golden rules, treat others as you'd want to be treated, treat everyone with dignity, don't be expected to be given anything in your lives. You've got a tremendous opportunity here with a great degree from one of the finest institutions in this country. But I promise you, you can't walk into your jobs on day one and stand there at the recruitment desk and say, here's my diploma from Bowling Green State University. I'd like to be a vice president. And it's funny, but let me tell you how many of the millennials have come through my office and said just that. There's nothing wrong with earning your stripes and working hard and making your way to wherever it is you want to be in your career. The other side I would tell you is that's my story, but it doesn't matter whether or not you came from nothing or little. It doesn't matter whether you came from middle class. It doesn't matter whether you came from privilege, because everyone has the same right to follow their dreams. Very sadly, a few months ago, my daughter, who's a sophomore at another university, not to be mentioned, which is a great university, but a professor in one of her classes was telling her that the American dream is a fable. The American dream is a fable. There is no such thing as rags to riches. Doesn't happen. Only the rich get richer. So get that out of your head. To that, I say balderdash. Not true. Thank you. You can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. And your definition of success, it doesn't have to be monetary success, doing great things for the community and giving back, and it doesn't matter whether whatever you want to do. Be happy, Follow your dreams. Don't let anyone discourage them for the things that you want to do. So folks, the message is simple. Follow your dreams. Do what's right. You know what's right. Work hard. Your efforts will lead to outcomes. No question about it. You're never going to be able to control all the events in your life that happen, but you can control your effort. You can control your response to those events that will lead to the ultimate outcomes. Be innovative. Be bold. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. You learn from your mistakes. And at the end of the day, have the courage to follow your conviction. Because even if people disagree with you, and that's fine, all reasonable people can disagree, they will respect the fact that you put a stake in the ground and you stood by something you believed in. And if they don't, it's probably not someone you care about their opinion anyway. So, God bless all of you on your journey and your careers. God bless the United States of America, and God bless Bowling Green State University.
Thank you, John, for those inspirational remarks and wisdom. You know, John's career is exemplified by his hard work, grit, perseverance, and leadership. And the best part, he started exactly where our graduates are sitting today. He truly is an example of an alum who is driving the economic and the social vitality of our country and our world. Thank you, John. It's so very proud to have you as a Falcon. Thank you. I now invite Provost Whitehead to present our students as candidates for degrees to be granted this evening. Provost Whitehead.
Thank you again, President Rogers. It is now time for the recommendation of candidates for degrees. I call upon Dean of the Graduate College, Margaret Zoller-Booth, to present the doctoral and master's candidates. She will help each candidate's professor or advisor to bestow doctoral hoods upon the candidates for the Doctor of Education and the Doctor of Philosophy degrees.
Thank you, Provost Whitehead, President Rogers, and members of the Board of Trustees. I am pleased to present the doctoral candidates. Will the marshals please escort to the platform the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy. Each candidate will be escorted by a faculty mentor or advisor and will be invested with a hood that is symbolic of this highest of academic degrees.
Pierre Willie Banks, Jr., hooded by Dr. Rachel Veneta. Justin Robert Fultz, also hooded by Dr. Rachel Veneta. Deborah Sue Hendricks, hooded by Dr. Paul Johnson. Yi Hui Lee, hooded by Dr. Hyung Kayung Ro. Manaka Darshini Aratni, hooded by Dr. Paul Morris. Sarah Ann Austin, hooded by Dr. Neil Baird.
Derya Sergina Budkina, hooded by Dr. Alexander Tarnowski. Vincent Jesse Capola, hooded by Dr. Vernon Bingham. Holly R. Fee, hooded by Ethan Lin. Lauren Marie Garsky, hooded by Dr. Lee Nicholson. Kristen Lynn LaFollette, also hooded by Dr. Lee Nicholson. Corey Hall Healy, hooded by Dr. Cynthia Barron. Nicholas Robert Howell, hooded by Dr. Margaret Brooks. Yihan Ma, hooded by Dr. John Chen. Kevin Edward Stoll, hooded by Dr. John Chen. Kelly Ann Moreland, hooded by Dr. Lee Nicholson. Marshall James Sines, hooded by Dr. Lee Nicholson. Lauren Elizabeth Salisbury, hooded by Dr. Lee Nicholson. Sarah Sheikhi, hooded by Dr. Pavel Ozenbacher. Shane Michael Snyder, hooded by Dr. Radhika Gajala. Georgy Petkov Yankov, hooded by Dr. Michael Zicker. Lauren Tomlinson Yeager, hooded by Dr. Richard Anderson. Graham John Wilson, hooded by Dr. Ellen Gorsevsky. Mohammed A. Youssef, hooded by Dr. Zhongfen Shang. Eduardo da Silva Schneider, hooded by Dr. Craig Zerbel. Chad Michael Nelson, hooded by Dr. Alberto Gonzalez. Yifei Li, hooded by Dr. Ellen Broido. And this concludes the recognition of the doctoral candidates.
On behalf of the faculty of the Graduate College, I now present the master's candidates and recommend them for the degrees as listed in the printed program.
Master's degree candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences. Rafsanal Hawk. Yika Min Sturbant. Alexa Brianne Rose. Luis Alejandro Royo Romero. Preston Marshall Thompson. Melissa Erin Seidel. Rachel Catherine Standinger. Olivia May Simpkins Bullock. Cassandra Leah Perchlick. Alexander Gerard Siranka. Julian Lucinda de Leon Guerrero. Samuel Adabala. Zachary Joseph Marasan. Adam J. Minier. Madison J. Reinhard. Ian Michael Berry. Miles Thomas Graber. Jennifer Renee Stewart. Montisha Lee Wallace. Kathleen Nicole Fenimore. Gina J. Todd. Tara E. Canary. Amy Michelle West. Jackie Nelson. Marie Ann Dunn Harris. Kevin Walker. Jennifer Grant. Nicholas Ian Frank. Brittany Lynn Haynes. Tyler Robert Daniel Anthony. Nicholas James Eckhart. Andrea Rice. Jessica Ruth Court. Sarah Emily Seal. Janetta Mulkey Hill. Michaela Ann Torrey. Madeline Rose Pope. Dewan Cholagi. Tamali Madhushani Ahari Kari Mudiyan Sela. Anuradha Maha Nama. She Xian Hung. Nathaniel David Light. Olawasian Sesan Shadara. Ola Sunkomyi Abiola Busari. Lydia Dungbakwar Aqua. Kristen Victoria Stobinsky. Joanne Nicole Bauman. Aaron Teamy. Robert Michael Carlock. Travis Marvell Wright. Lee A. Slusher. Lloyd G. Evans. Rachel Elizabeth Lance. Ashley K. Spangler. Alyssa Johnson. Jennifer Nikki Markson. Ajua Ata Payan Ose. Zhao Wu. Benjamin Scott Anderson. Nathan Edward Greiner. Andres Eduardo Montenegro. Ruben Ernest Kepler. Shira Simone Smith. Anthony Lagrasso. Madeline Jo Gregg. Carrie Marie Hanlon. Hadil J. Salome. Caitlin Inette Cesarati. Heather M. Stevenson. David Lawrence Wendell. Blue Aslan Philip Prophet. Adam John Wagner. Now we're recognizing master's candidates from the College of Business. Alyssa Rodriguez. Sandra D. Smith. Cynthia E. Savage. Matthew La Richa. Violetta Talevich. Aaron Garland. Carrie Wolf. Aaron Driscoll Lysak. Corinne Molina Baldwin Barbarich. Vanessa Marie Wright. Gabrielle Shasko. Patrick Michael Free. Amy Sue Lotz. Roseanne Marie Winteringham. Lisa Marie Comley. Robert Austin Howard. Dawn Marie Hellrich. Joseph G. Koneski. J. Rockney Starks. Tyler Jacob Roberts. Drew Schrader. Kelly Elaine Batt. Lauren E. Veraco. Olivia Marie France. Dana Jolene Walsh. Douglas Robert Stevens. Gordon McCall Kruger. Alyssa Hilton. Stephen Andrew Young. Ronald C. Dorchek. Shaukat Rashid. Patrick J. Kelleher. Scott E. Mestrauchinque. Robert Kenneth Gary. Juan Ishguero Giraldo. Christy Sabraan Hammond. Timothy G. Strasbaugh. Thomas A. Elinko. Matthew August Schwederman. Hans Hong Chi. Vishal Shrivastava. Nikhil Gunreddy. Harshad Motibai Chowdhury. Arima Garawal. Niharika Kona. Aditya Royal Maturi. Anna Diazio. Paul Shen. Samip Babu Mala. Samuel Chauncey Cross. Yaofen Chen. Nipan Goodyear. Pravin Maruti Patil. Bafur Awusu Kodua. Bayan Abbas Alaganmi. Xiaoyan Li. Beginning recognition of master's candidates from the College of Education and Human Development. Samantha Marie Clonch. Julianne Ruth Hegna. Shelby D. Sharp. Emily May Irvin. Brianna Ray Quinn. Gabrielle Renee Denninger. Heidi Joy Corbin. Jennifer May Guyman. Susan Colleen Miller. Bailey Ray Bushman. Nicholas Philip Polanchik. Olivia M. Giovingo. Amy Brown. Lauren Weller. Valerie Marie Weston. Rebecca Joy Martindale. Ivy Rose Keene. Christina Joy Hilliard. Megan Vandelhemmel. Riley May Crine. Catherine Margaret Hamilton. Alexandra Frida Lewin. Samantha Juarez. Tulsa N. Fearing. Carlin W. Way. Joel Michael Ashley. Beth Ann Denzel. Nicholas David Duncan. Alexander Michael Yursky. Mackenzie Elizabeth Malat Leonard. Jennifer Allison Bierman. Kendra Hazel Porter. Jessica Lynn Menard. Heather Ann Binns. Ashley Renee Melms. Alexa A. Miller. McKenna Marie Brabenek. Samantha Marie Marcio. Rebecca E. Witkowski. Christina Saley. Adam Gwalinski. Haifa Abdullah Salam. Aliyah Marie Gustafson. Allison Rose Deemer. Caitlin E. Hilberg. Chelsea Scott. Christopher Allen Bobby. Nicholas A. Peters. Parker John Settle. Christopher R. Novak. Rachel A. Durbin. Brent Nicholas Dara. Diana Curtis. Po Yuang Singh. April Elizabeth Rose Freed. Aaron Taylor Foreman. Margaret Elizabeth Schrader. Rochelle L. McDonald. Jessica J. Archibald. Kesley Ray Honeycutt. Sarita R. Fowler. Michael Ann Desposito. We're beginning recognition of master's candidates from the College of Health and Human Services. Dynasty Zipporah Washington. Alan Nally. Ravon J. Kaufman. Marin Elizabeth Simon. Andrea M. Cobble. Stacy Reidenauer. Kara Michelle Treese. Emily K. Smith. Cheryl Beth Williams. Nicole E. Brown. Jamie Sue Schimoller. Jacob Michael Simon. Julianne Claire DeMarco. Megan Riley. Christina Palmiero. Kayla Marie Schuler. Madison E. Goodwin. Caitlin Page Hodge. Rebecca Jean Bowes. Shannon Marie Damschroeder. Claire Nicole Janoski. Serena Renee Holdash. Haley Ann Altman. Alexa Danielle Decker. Casey Lynette Pummel. Courtney Evelyn Logan. Colleen A. Maurer. Carmen Jean Meyer. Madison Alexandra Livingston. Jane Mary Dreyer. Abby Josephine Clark. Paige Aaron Martinsky. Taylor K. Perry. Elise Ramsey. Amy Marie Smith. Justine Ann Verhoff. Courtney Nicole Hansen. Jody Marie Musser. Emily Simmons. Mariah J. Gobe. Rachel Erica Morgan Litton. Alexis Renee Steckschulte. Allison Elizabeth Samino. Kayla Corrine Mazeman. Madeline Jade Dries. Kaylee Langevin. Emily Margaret Gill. Sean Michael Sacco. Sherry Diane Groan. Janita Ray Hauser. Caitlin G. Keener. Morgan Cynthia Fair. Erica Renee Spiker. Lindsay Grace Greggrin. Betha A. El Shami. Lauren M. Stroshine. Lindsay R. Heising. Alyssa Nichelle Green, Nicole Diane McAllister, Christina Marie Lyons, Anna Catherine Hairston. Beginning recognition of the master's candidates from the College of Musical Arts. Vanessa Barbara Kowatskowski, Caitlin Marie Sinclair, Hyon Park, Mei Yi Wang, Jessica Pollock, Anna Ruyi Volgasang, Sean Michael Spaker, Zachary David Karpuska, Joshua Robert Dufford, Bethany Lauren Waldick, Carolyn Maureen Fagerholm, Brad Lawson Morris, Alexandra Marie Hegedus, Eunice Aluabunmi Ayodeli, Alicia Jane Berryhill, Caroline Rose Kuma, Joshua B. Mayberry, Jonathan Kierspe, Natalie Nicole Magana, Claire Elizabeth Sawley, Reese Burgess, Emmanuel Bowman, Yabetsa Vivas Irazari, Joshua Taylor Hart, Zihao Sao, Kiwei Lee, Xian Tao, Wenji Gao, Sijia Lin, Joanna Nikau, Anna Visaporn Chawatkanaku, Yimin Wu, Otavio Manzano Kavakama, Alexander Anthony Sanso. And beginning recognition of the College of Technology, Architecture, and Applied Engineering master's students. Andrea Michele Huntebrinker, Pradip Kandel, Pearson J. Halleck, Ankit Kumar Falajubahai Chaudhary, Michael Andrew Haynes, Emily K. Mungester. Emily's diploma is being presented by her mother, Carol Nungester, a staff member in the College of Arts and Sciences. Dinah Marie May, Peter Anwanga, Pujith Reddy Pinanati, Surya Sai Swami Akhilesh Koparti, Midhun Venkata Naga Manadatta Chandulari. And that concludes recognition of all the master's candidates.
Thank you, Dean Booth. Before I call upon our deans to present our undergraduate candidates, I would like to recognize those students who have excelled in their academic endeavors and are graduating with academic distinction and honors. This is indeed a great achievement for these graduates and their families. Bowling Green State University congratulates you for your commitment and for your success. And so I recognize the following students: There are 907 students receiving degrees with Latin honors this commencement at Bowling Green. To graduate cum laude, a student must have a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.5. Would those graduating with distinction of cum laude please stand and be recognized? Thank you. To graduate magna cum laude, a student must have a grade point average of 3.75. Would those graduating with the distinction of magna cum laude please stand and be recognized? Thank you. And finally, to graduate with the distinction of summa cum laude requires a 3.9 grade point average. Would those graduating with the distinction of summa cum laude please stand and be recognized? Thank you and congratulations. Bowling Green is proud to recognize graduates who complete their entire collegiate academic experience with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. These students graduate with the distinction of the President's Award and wear a special medallion in recognition of this honor. Would those graduating with the distinction of the President's Award please stand and be recognized? Thank you and congratulations. In addition, I am pleased to recognize the outstanding achievement of our students who have been honored through Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, and who are in the Honors College. Phi Beta Kappa and Phi Kappa Phi are two of the world's leading academic honor societies. Only about 10% of higher education institutions in the world have Phi Beta Kappa and Phi Kappa Phi chapters. And Bowling Green State University is proud to be one such institution. Students earning honors degrees today have completed designated coursework and an honors project, which includes independent research. These students must maintain a 3.5 grade point average or higher in all of their coursework. They are wearing the honors medallion, a symbol of their academic success. Would our Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, and Honors College candidates please stand and be recognized? Thank you and congratulations. And now I call upon Dean Ray Braun to present the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Business.
Thank you, Provost Whitehead. Will the marshals please direct the candidates to the platform? President Rogers and members of the Board of Trustees, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Business, I am pleased and honored to present these candidates and recommend them for degrees.
Alex James Mondlak, cum laude. Aaron Michael Pignatello. Stephen Robert Shivik. Samantha Nicole Chimino. Logan Renee Augustine, cum laude. Reed Michael Larkin. Connor Thomas Hawley. Benjamin John Scott Wall. Michael James Patrick Waters. Samantha Lee Schock. Nicholas Mark Hanby, summa cum laude. Benjamin James Forrester, magna cum laude. Madeline Claire Cole, cum laude. Braylon Elizabeth Michael, summa cum laude. Neve Anna Aldridge. Samantha Lynn Canella. Nicholas Reno Latanen. Adam William Douglas Smith. Christopher Nathaniel Polkamp. John Andrew Schilling. Matthew Lee Meyer, cum laude. Austin Tyler Dixon. Nicole Elizabeth Klender. Cassidy Alexis Johnson. Kara Cecilia Kepfer. Kennedy Michelle Warner. John David Metzger. Tyler James Rowe. Kenneth Brandon Tietz. John Allen Lehman, cum laude. John Jeffrey Mason, magna cum laude. Mary E. Gebbe, summa cum laude. Justin Lauren Miller, magna cum laude. Vanessa Calvo Pardo. Paula Comilla Aguilo. Franziska Vollert. Derek Arthur Gayer, commissioned into the United States Army Reserve as a second lieutenant. Christian Paul Steckschulte, cum laude. Ian Alexander Clark, cum laude. Ryan Dean Motzinger. Joshua Taylor Kerfus, summa cum laude. Madison Taylor Lamline. Kayla Marie Miller, cum laude. Kendall Deanne Newcomer, summa cum laude and university honors. Ashley Nicole Pichower, cum laude. Nicole Michelle Helberg. Ashley Nicole Parker. Bradley M. Zoller. Griffin August Jansons. Torrance Anthony Deshawn Vaughn. Kaysen Joshua Short. Andrew Joseph Maisie. Nathaniel David Kaiser. Amanda Michelle Madsen. Teresa Marie Bowman. Rachel Nicole Renew, cum laude and university honors. Riddhi Patel. Layla Alexandra Morris. Lauren Ashley Clatterbook. Morgan Hunter Seigan. Morgan Elizabeth Florman, cum laude. Taylor Renee Sheeter, cum laude. Lance Gabriel Isaac, cum laude. Noah Lee Wagner, Second Lieutenant, U.S. Army. Anna Lee Blue. Taylor Marie Rago, magna cum laude. Zachary Stephen Moore, magna cum laude. Aaron Matthew Rathburn. Alex Matthew Bellerud, cum laude. Mr. Bellerud's diploma will be presented by his mother-in-law, Laura Wagner, a retired member of the university's Registration and Records Office. Megan Nicole Bradley, cum laude. Justin Andrew Schweier. Chase A. Courtney. David Scott Kerr. Aiden Alexander Winters. Catherine Staubus, summa cum laude. Sarah Ann Henning. Frankie Pinkard, summa cum laude. Joseph Goldblum. Angela Perry Hudson, cum laude. Jessica Renee Westrick. Colleen Grace Eschweiler, magna cum laude. Eamon Patrick Dillon. Jared Alexander Svoboda. Lauren Margaret Zaleski. Jocelyn Marie Kozurinsky. Hannah K. Reinecke. Jennifer Lee Kakula. Navina Y. Moya. Natalie Rose Clark. Victoria Alida Novikis, cum laude. Allison Claire Neary. Luke Peter Scorzone. Peter S. Pugliese. Joshua David Holer. Weston Mitchell Bittner, magna cum laude. Lydia Christine Schwinnen. Robert P. Harwood. Assad Abdul Halim Al-Sabag. Joseph Anthony Casement. Kelsey Marie O'Donnell. Alyssa May Rakita, cum laude. Robert Austin Hall, cum laude. Zachary James Earhart, cum laude. Neil S. Patel. Marco Gino Miranda. Michael Peter Miranda. Brandon James Peterson. Brennan Taylor Henderson. Brian Wesley Mills. Kelly Christine Natham. Meredith Carol Miller. Olivia Ann Forshee, cum laude. Max Aaron Rispler. Margaret Catherine Bochenek. Jessica Elise Rakowski. Christian James Lashbrook. Philip Douglas Carlier. Colin William Horsch. Zachary James Gazo. Austin James Carmagiano. Aaron Michael Schwartz, magna cum laude. Claire Catherine Kasmeyer, summa cum laude. Mason Christine Curtis, cum laude. Colton William Shaw. Mark Edward Bixel, summa cum laude. Nicholas Francis Yeager, summa cum laude. Jacob Robert Schmidt. Preston John Zaleski, cum laude. Weijung Hao. Huang Emily Wen. Christine Elise Kinsey. Catherine M. Shabilsky, summa cum laude. Riley Marie Wood. Julie Diane Morris. Lauren Nicole Fulk. Kirsten Celestine Wodolski, cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Wolters, magna cum laude. Nicole L. Valerius, summa cum laude. Madison Marguerite McGarry, cum laude. Krista Marie Lunger, cum laude. Erica Michelle Augustiniak, summa cum laude and university honors. Stephen Mitchell Deanum, summa cum laude and university honors. Alexia McCorvey. Alyssa Renee Sledge. Algie A. Johnson. Caitlin Marie Barhorst, cum laude. Carlos Aguilar Casado. Pablo Heredia Iglesias, cum laude. Stephen Com Bochin. Hervin Singh, magna cum laude. Alexander Christian Vale, cum laude. Nevada James Taut, commissioned into the Ohio National Guard as a second lieutenant and magna cum laude. Alex George Forstek. Charles Mack Nagol. Thomas Peter Anthony Crookston. Lydia Schroer, magna cum laude. Megan Marie Siefker, summa cum laude. Travis Emerson Thornton, magna cum laude. Erin Madeline Fahey, magna cum laude. Gabrielle M. Mink, magna cum laude. Samantha Marie Grono, cum laude. David Matthew Chalupsky. Michael Jason Heitz. Lucy Hutchins, summa cum laude. Eric Michael Christensen. Callie Marie Keegan. Alexander James Hagenbu. Mark Robert O'Malley. Benzang Ji. Fu Gong. Yifin Ren. Anna Elizabeth Welch. Nathan Michael Rosengarten. Lauren Michelle San Gregory, summa cum laude. Matthew Michael Manocchio, cum laude. Courtney Elizabeth Yonza. Hengyu Song. Jinyu Chu. Donald Shields McMahon. Michael Paul McGinnis. Bradford Tristan Roeder. Jacob Dylan Curvin. Mitchell James Verplank. Jacob Thomas Bertkey, cum laude. Christopher Schultz. Kyle Joseph Hulsevar. Jonathan Joseph Zumwald. Jessica Marie Brewer. Andrea Sue Wyrock. Emily Catherine Ashley, summa cum laude. Kaylee Lynn McCartney. Vincent Pietro Fasiglia. Jonathan P. Wenning. Philip A. Bryant. Bradley Stephen Shaver. Jonathan Blaine Losey. Ceylon Monet Almond. Benjamin Ronald Kress. Amanda Louise Finucane. Allison Grace McNulty. Salvatore Nicholas Scarelli. Dana Marie Gay. Victoria Everett Pinson. Caitlin E. Leffel. Connor Constanti Preisel. Jared Liam Schott, summa cum laude. Zachary Joseph Greevy. Jonathan Wesley Dorselli. Brody Michael Hanna. Megan Lynn Troyer, cum laude. Heather Christine Pullman. Jenna Lynn Meyer, magna cum laude. Paul Joseph Marus. Nicholas Anthony Zack. Matthew E. Epley, magna cum laude. Antonio Ronaldo Torres. Nicholas Ryan Bostader. Caleb Sterling Shafsma, magna cum laude. Lindsay Corinne Puff, cum laude. Nathan Alexander Doty. Emily Aline Cardy, cum laude. Ariana Jade Grisham. Jacob P. Hodder, cum laude. Jason Michael Lentz. Eugene William Gorman III. Elijah Timothy Salahuddin. Samuel Anthony Chuna, cum laude. Gerald Dalton Colomer. Jason M. Matcham. Nicholas Anthony Adams. Nathan Walter Steltz, cum laude and university honors. Ulana Lucas Reisling, magna cum laude. Joseph P. Tanzi. Cody Allen Franks, magna cum laude. Brandon Stephen Alt, summa cum laude and university honors. Benjamin Thomas Mangus, magna cum laude. Alyssa Ann Sawyer. Gabriel J. Sharp, cum laude. Andrew John Kreiner. Dominic William Bashford. Connor Thomas Wallenhorst. Kyle Robert Benduli. Jared Clyde Snyder. Courtney Ray Alt. Lauren Jane Shields, cum laude. Raven Aubrey Hazlett. Isaac Nolan Steffen. James R. Egan. Enrico Morelli II. Ethan Lindeman. Jacob Joseph Militello. Nicholas Walker. Brock Tyler Likens. McKenna B. Petrie, cum laude. Grayson James Whitman. Bryson Lenderman. Boring Liu. Zichang Ding. Yuanjing Wang. Lijing Zhu. Chang Chen. Jilalu Ji. Zishen Li. And this concludes the recognition of the bachelor degree candidates from the College of Business.
Thank you, Dean Braun. I call upon Dean James Ciesla to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the College of Health and Human Services.
Thank you, Provost Whitehead, President Rogers, and members of the Board of Trustees. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Health and Human Services, I am pleased and honored to present these candidates and recommend them for degrees.
Jawin Chen. Megan Lynn Cameron, magna cum laude. Connor Jameson Reinbolt. Faith A. Joyce, magna cum laude. Najia Janae Pillow. Tanisha Jackson. Rhiannon Michelle Pillar, cum laude. Tara Lynn Crusoe, cum laude. Sierra Irene Greer, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Schmellenkamp, Micaiah Noel Tillman. Jessica Nicole Luna. Emily Nicole Hyder. Jessica Marie Stetter. Carrie Ann Cool. Catherine Foster Hazen. Ross Christopher Seifring, commissioned as a second lieutenant today, cum laude. Nicholas Keith Golden. Connor Reese Croft. Marissa Lynn Orzakowski. Matthew Thomas Morone. Thomas Matthew Morone. Andrew Michael Pinault. Imani Sierra Choice. LaDonna J. Jones. Emma Catherine Bruscotter. Erica Elizabeth Katzenmeyer. Megan Elizabeth Suter. Tristan Patrick Epley, cum laude. Mariah Rose Rindler. Selena Christine Trevino. Courtney Amber Boucher. Ariana M. Gilliam, cum laude. Haley Michelle Prater. Alec Tyler Kramer. Cameron Matthew Flora, summa cum laude. Alexander Thomas Hanna. Spencer Edwin Lockwood, Freddie Falcon, 1718. Isaiah Justin Smith, cum laude, Freddie Falcon, 1819. Lauren Elizabeth Gideon. Summer Josephine Lozada. Samantha H. Forrester. Kayla Marie Joseph. Kelly Elizabeth Sheridan, magna cum laude, University Honors. Stephanie Ann Plasick. Abera Chukwu Tochi Okoro, cum laude. Lauren Marie Ridgway. Amy Hill Smith, cum laude. Cassidy Allen Michael Hilke. Brenna Nicole Hayes, cum laude. Madison Renee Scoplight, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Parker. Desiree Dale Peterson, summa cum laude. Alicia Marie Good, cum laude. Caitlin Rose DeVore. Lindsay Janae Creech, cum laude. Brianna Marie Cordell. Marissa Marie Mangini, cum laude. Victoria Sharon Herschel. Alex Taylor Denny. Cassidy Lynn Rowe, magna cum laude. Caroline Elizabeth Hayworth, summa cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Barweiler. Marissa N. Sisa. Tessa Renee Pijanowski. Nicole Adrienne Myslowick, cum laude. Amber Nicole Connect, summa cum laude. Madeline Abigail Quinn, cum laude. Emily Ann Fitch. Hope Elizabeth Heiser. Miles Alexander Turnus. Courtney Michelle Kennedy. Morgan Camille Vandenbosch. Emily Nicole Woolley. Hannah Bell Ingram. Emily Josephine Clark, magna cum laude. Kelsey Ray Skinner. Jeanette Ellen Buck. Brooke Regina Darrow. Molly Elizabeth Ernst. Caitlin Marie Neer, summa cum laude. Mateus Morera Sanchez Porati. Magna cum laude, University Honors. Julia Rose Gallatin, summa cum laude. Emma Ann Higgins. Abigail Lee Sheldrick, summa cum laude. Ms. Sheldrick's diploma will be presented by her mother, Amy Sheldrick, a staff member with the College of Business. Mackenzie Christina Murphy. Carly N. Short, cum laude. Aubrey Elizabeth Gregor, cum laude. Melissa Sue Kothi, cum laude. Sunita Marisha Ramakan. Sierra Haley Church. Hunter Daniel Kaufman. Jake Thomas Urich. Tyler Michael Cook. Michael Raymond Williams. Matthew Logan Harrell, cum laude. Mackenzie J. Brandenburg Cook. Yasser Saad Al-Harthi. Hassan Abrugrain. Gabrielle Josephine DeGraja. Devin Scott McFeeters. Anthony Ryan Maud, cum laude. Chelsea Amanda Holden. Michaela Elaine Ryder, cum laude. Katie Lynn Mustrick. Melanie S. Thompson. Andrew David Watson. Alyssa M. Nappins. Sierra Nicole Sedlak. Mary Kay Mester. Hannah Grace Zacheski. Haley Marie Moss. Samantha Michelle Hoffman, magna cum laude. Megan Lynn Jester, cum laude. Elizabeth Grace Traxler, summa cum laude and University Honors. Carly Ann Mostek. Sierra Nicole Kovar. Katie Ann Vermillion. Michaela Joyce Briggs, cum laude. Megan Kathleen Hubble. Christine Margaret Chase. Sarah Nona Hinkle. Samuel Richard Crisp, summa cum laude. Montana Flynn Coulter, cum laude. Brendan R. Ripley Barish. Caitlin Jean Maddox. Madison Marie Tainer. Jacqueline Patricia Siebenaller. Ryan Joseph Penny. Andrew David Bissler, magna cum laude. Clara Noy Sewell, magna cum laude. Castellan Elaine Neese, summa cum laude. Gretchen Ann Schaefer. Madison Dale Butler. Morgan Ray Hollinsworth. Michelle Marie Colley, summa cum laude. Carolyn Marie Buemiller. Caroline Marie Buemiller. Capri DeShale Newton. Harper Kathleen Smith, summa cum laude. Adam Jason Smith. Luke William Palmatier. Laura Kathleen Elizabeth Dwarning. Andrea L. Walker. Michaela Mullins. Lauren Domino, cum laude. Leslie Stacy Delgado Burgos, cum laude. April R. Allen. Did I miss? Brittany Diane Fowler. Alexa Danielle Sofaro. Taylor Renee Bonifacio. Devin R. Wagner, cum laude. Erica K. Binger, magna cum laude. Jenna Marie Kohler. Riley Morgan Wheaton, summa cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Barrelsman, magna cum laude. Brittany A. Kralik, magna cum laude. Gina Christine Ozer. Carrie Wilkins Flanders, summa cum laude. Jessica Ann Eberly. Olivia Claire Dovin. Chantel Nicole Shaw. Catherine Elizabeth Gobble. Annie Noel Koza. Megan Ann McQueen. Zachary Tate Dotson. Paige Morgan Douglas. Q Twilly. Michaela Renee Edmondson. Damari Janae Brown. Mariah Canaday. Joseph Allen Cunningham, cum laude. Sadie Angel Trochet. Tierra M. Townsend. Ayana D. Edwards. Taylor Renee Riggs. Brooklyn Sistrunk. Joshua Nathaniel Wilson. Jeremy F. Hill. Grace Marie Coleman. Philip Stephen Kohler, cum laude. Jacob Lee Dyer. Brandon Alec Coffey. Maximilian Kowalski, cum laude. Jonathan Wesley Neal Benz, cum laude. Alexandria Marilyn Heitmeyer. Ashley Nicole Escalante. Aja Marquette Reddick. Zane Smitty. Caitlin E. Davies, cum laude. Joshua Allen Magnuson. Noah S. Eisel. Michael Richard Egbert. Liam James McCrimmon. Natalie Rose Wilson, summa cum laude. Ms. Wilson's diploma will be presented by her mother, Allison Wilson, a member of the faculty at BGSU Firelands College. Callie Alexandra Simet, cum laude. Alexis Claire Fricky. Morgan Elizabeth Williams, cum laude. Rebecca Teresa Perry, cum laude. Bailey Ann Zoller, magna cum laude and university honors. Tessa Renee Sinclair, summa cum laude. Caitlin Taylor Fannin, summa cum laude. Andy Jo Christine Ellison. Deasia Daniels, summa cum laude. Amanda Marie Eckel, summa cum laude. Abigail Marie Dobson, summa cum laude. Libby Mathewson, summa cum laude. Megan Mackenzie Miller, cum laude. Sierra Lynn Adams, cum laude. Ashley Rose Mack, cum laude. Samantha J. Alex, cum laude. Emily Nicole Orand. Haley Nicole Burrier. Austin Lane Baker, cum laude. Justin Levi Mortar, magna cum laude. Cole Brian Ickes, cum laude. Hannah Bell Hecht. Abby Amanda Van Horn, summa cum laude. Suzanne Marie Swope, cum laude. Brayton Marie Straley. Michaela Renee Dameron, cum laude. Nicholas Tanner Back. Allison Elizabeth Kuzma, cum laude. Diana Catherine Jordan, cum laude. Natia Latrice Mells, cum laude. Gabrielle Christine Owens, cum laude. Megan Renee Nero, magna cum laude. Madison Dupree Smith, cum laude. Morgan Taylor Hefner. Alexa Brooke Quaffa. Sydney Lee Miller. Allison Nicole Farmer, cum laude. Zachary David Miller. Timothy Austin May, cum laude. Connor William Kalia. Kelsey E. Williams. This concludes the recognition of the bachelor degree candidates from the College of Health and Human Services.
Thank you, Dean Ciesla. Will all the degree candidates please rise? Trustee O'Brien, it is my privilege to present these candidates to you. On behalf of their faculty, advisors, and deans, I hereby recommend that degrees be conferred upon them as indicated in the official program.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by the virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degrees as listed in the official program with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Doctoral and master's degree candidates, congratulations. Bachelor degree graduates, this is the appropriate moment for the symbolic change of the tassel from right to left. Graduates, please be seated. President Rogers will now make final remarks. President Rogers.
Thank you, Trustee O'Brien. So thank you. So as is Trustee O'Brien, we are proud alumni of Bowling Green State University. And as our newest alumni, let me be the first to welcome you to one of the most valuable perks, which is a supportive network of more than 183,000 alumni around the globe. Now, many of you have donated to the Forever Falcon program, and we thank you for your support. But I hope that all of you have had the kind of experience that will cause you to tell the BG story when you begin your next journey. Welcome to the Alumni Association of Bowling Green State University. So we've been putting the spotlight on our graduates, but there is another group that should be honored, and it is my pleasure to make sure that we do that. So I would ask that the parents, spouses, partners, children of the graduates please rise and remain standing. Okay, and keep standing, please. And then will they be joined by anyone else who has assisted these graduates in their success? Would you please rise? Graduates, give these folks a round of applause. Okay. So please be seated. So as we close our 294th commencement ceremony, please remember, I hope you will remember that Bowling Green will always be one of your homes, and you will be forever welcome here as part of the Falcon family. I ask you to stay engaged with both your classmates and the university that you have enriched. A university that is better because you chose to be here. And I'm reminded of a quote from Bowling Green's fourth president, Dr. Ralph McDonald, that is inscribed on the stonework of the Bowen-Thompson Student Union. The quote is, "We are linked to this institution by invisible bonds that do not wither or dissolve." We are linked to this institution by invisible bonds that do not wither or dissolve. You see, your success is our success, and our success is your success. We are forever linked to this institution. And as I look out to this group of graduates, our newest alumni of Bowling Green State University, I see the next generation of thought leaders, risk takers, visionaries, and big dreamers. You will solve the world's most complex problems, and thus you will create public good. In short, you will ensure that tomorrow is always a better day. As graduates of Bowling Green State University, that is what you do, and that is who you are. You are graduates of Bowling Green State University, and I cannot wait to see what you accomplish next. I, Ziggy Zumba.
We will now conclude the ceremony with a long-standing Bowling Green tradition, the singing of our university's alma mater, led by Miss Kuma. The words to the alma mater may be found on the back of your program. Please stand.
Alma mater, hear us as we praise thy
Audience members, please be seated during the recessional and remain seated while the platform participants, faculty, and graduates recess. Immediately following the recessional, we ask that you join us on the upper concourse and the first floor lobby for refreshments. Thank you and congratulations to all.
Congratulations to tonight's graduates. Tremendously exciting, a lot of screams and photos, and congrats. So welcome to these Falcons. They join a network of more than 183,000 Falcons all over the globe. So what a group to be a part of.
Yeah. We absolutely loved being with you for a part of this ceremony, and really, I feel like how much did we hear from our commencement speaker, John, when he talked about the fact that failure is not permanent. He gave so many great pieces of advice of, not resting on your laurels, not doing what everyone else wants to do. But we're so excited that these graduates will join our group of alumni and working in alumni and development. What are ways that they can kind of get engaged after they leave BGSU?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So grads, wherever you're heading out into the world, please know that we have regional networks all over the country to help keep you connected to fellow Falcons. It was interesting, tonight the speaker talked about being a Falcon Flame with he and his wife, kind of a special thing we have here for spouses that both graduate from BGSU. So we have alumni events all over. We've got affinity groups. We've got regional networks. We've got the Career Center that can help students looking to take that next step in their career. Never be afraid to reach out and let us know what you're doing.
Yeah, my favorite part of being a Falcon Flame is that every year I get a Valentine's Day card from BGSU. It's not something you always get everywhere you go, but we're so happy that you were able to join us today for this ceremony, and what a special night it will be. I feel like I'm sure, a lot of celebrating will be happening over this weekend. So
absolutely. We did take a poll on best mortarboard. I think it was the graduate that had the track shoe on top of his mortarboard. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, John Wenning. He was a part of the cross-country team here, and he decided to put one of those Nikes right on top of that mortarboard. And it was fun to see groups of students come together. So whether it was, we saw a group of students that had BGSU on their mortarboard, so 4 different friends, or that they kind of all celebrated and supported each other. And I think that that's really what the Falcon family is all about, is that support and that network. It's not only the place of Bowling Green, Ohio, but it's the people that are here that kind of really make your experience.
Yeah, be assured that as you're traveling through the airport or even across the world, you'll inevitably run into someone wearing BGSU gear. And you're really joining an esteemed group of Falcon alumni out there. We know many names of BGSU grads. One really timely, and unfortunately we just lost him this week, was Tim Conway, actor and comedian. I know many of the people watching would recognize that name. But the list goes on and on of some of our most notable alumni.
Yeah. And the exciting thing is, too, to think about what these students will be doing and how they will change the world, and kind of who's to know who is our next CEO of a medical firm, or who's our next actor that's in the crowd here today. So do you want to kind of reflect on how BGSU has changed over the time? We talk about the fact that it's been 10 years since we graduated, and it's changed so much just in 10 years, but even looking back even further than that.
Right, 1910, BGSU gets its start. At that time, you could get an education degree here. We were the normal college. Now look at us. We have 3 different ceremonies just for spring graduation. And even with that, we're still true to our roots. I mean, we're an educators college. We are the 14th largest producer of teachers nationwide.
And orange and brown were selected as our school colors in 1914. A faculty member saw the color combination on a woman's hat, and he was on a train to here for a meeting. But now BGSU students continue to proudly display those colors on Falcon Fridays and pep rallies held during lunch in the Bowen Thompson Student Union.
I mean, what other school do people have that much orange in their closet if you work at BGSU, right?
It's so true.
So true. Well, it looks like our graduates have made their way out, and they'll be heading out. There's a reception here for graduates to meet with their family, of course, photos, and maybe going out for a late dinner and getting ready to pack up and head on to that next chapter of their life. But we want to thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the commencement ceremony. It was certainly an exciting time for many of our graduates. Katrina, anything to add?
No, thank you so much for coming out today, and go Falcons.
Go Falcons.